she's got a bunch of time, too. It'll be a little while before we see her.
I mean, she's still putting on her thumb tape.
She can go back and put on her makeup.
That's true.
It'll be a while. All right, here's Omedoy.
Wow.
All right, she out better.
All right, good lift there for Omedoy Odugozueva.
It didn't get back right away, but she got it back.
She did.
You know,
it was very quick.
By the way, it looks like she's, you know, technically jumping forward here and fighting through these. She makes lifts. If you look at her competition history, you look at what she's doing right now. I mean, she did go 1 for 3 in the snatch, but she's now 2 for 2 in the clean and jerk in like almost 10, call it 8 major competitions. She's missed a total of 4 lifts before today. So, you know what I mean? She's living with a unique style of technique, but she gets it done.
Well, she's lifting within herself.
Yeah. All right, so we are back to Camilla. This is her 3rd and final attempt. If successful, she will be 3 for 3 in the clean and jerk. 124 kilos is the weight on the bar. This will be the most she's ever done.
Oh.
Man. Yeah, and I think you commented earlier, Sean, about wanting to see her feet move a bit faster.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what happened there. They got stuck to the floor, and she was not in the right receiving position.
Yep. You know, as far as technique goes, great comment by Ivan Abajev, the former Bulgarian coach. Coach came up to him after competition and said, Coach Abajev, do you think if your lifter's technique was any better, he would lift more weight? He said, my lifter's technique is fine. He's the world champion.
So, there you go.
So I guess when it comes down to it, at the end of the day,
is winning those medals. Really.
And in fairness, we're sort of weightlifting nerds. We're looking at the little things that we see. A good lift is a good lift, and I'll take white lights over, you know, that's what it's all about. So here's Beauchemin, they do.
Great technical efficiency out of her.
Back for her 2nd attempt, 126 kilos.
Very nice. Well, she's really improved. I tell you, I remember seeing her again. I've seen her at international meets as well, and she looks better.
That was a good lift by majority decision, and by better, technically
better, just more rigid. So maybe the increase in body weight has really helped her.
Right. Just more solid.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we're going to go to Garza for her 2nd attempt. 3 kilo jump. Up, there's going to be a move there, so.
There's a technical stop right now.
Have they called a stop? They're calling a stop, and they are asking for the technical controller, the TC, to go to the jury's table.
So I don't think this is a question about the integrity of the lift. It might be something else going on.
Yeah, nope, they are calling the referees back.
I did see the right elbow, but it really was very, very minor.
I'd be upset. I would be.
Yeah, those little wobbles. I mean, you know, but we know how strict it is. And Cheryl, you and I actually saw a lift earlier today in the 94B where the jury asked to speak with the officials, and they did not overturn the attempt, which is different, unique. But in this case, they're arguing their case, or the referees, that is, are explaining why they've made the choice to white light it. the two that did go ahead and do it, and we'll hear what the jury thinks of that in a second.
Second attempt, 126 kilos.
So they have reversed it as a press out.
Now we'll see if she decides to go up. It's possible.
It is. And this is a spot where, and we'll take a look at this one more time, and, you know, it's,
she just could have been a bit faster and a bit punchier with
sure,
the elbow, but
a clear
again,
bend and rebend to the elbow.
Right, I would have given her the white light.
I'm with you.
Personally.
And I'm the official here, so I understand what they did. No. But, you know, I do think that that's, let's call that very strict. You understand why it happened, and to, you know, continue the conversation there. If in this spot, Beauchemin elects to go up, I could justify that. You know, I mean, that was a lift that was well within her. And
if that was a world record attempt, would you have turned it down?
I hope not.
I mean, so then that's
a great question.
That's the standard that I look at. You know,
but that's me personally, and yeah, I hear you. So, as it turns out, Beauchemin has in fact moved up. And by the way, the referees did not turn it down. This was a jury decision.
Right.
Beauchemin has moved up to 128 kilos, so that will put 127 on the bar for Nacy de Homes. And she looks like she's putting, you know, she's walking toward the ready area, but she's not interested in this 127, what it looks like. So they're probably going to write in a change, and there it is. So now Alejandra Garza is the lifter, 127 kilos.
I got to be nice to the officials. I still have a lifter lifting tomorrow, so I better be nice.
Hand out cigars and stuff.
We can just blame Cheryl.
It's all right.
Apoya bien. El empuje recto, adelanta la pierna.
Yeah, and forward. And forward. So at some point, that weight's going to get so heavy that she's not going to be able to pull it back with her arms anymore. Got to focus on the overhead position.
I think we're at that point. I mean, you know, it's funny. Her pull and the clean is beautiful. It's nice and vertical, nice and straight. She just not the same in the jerk.
And as to your point, JP, you do notice the barbell is a little uneven. She is standing with the barbell much lower on the right side.
All right, so now we go to the third attempt of Omodoy Odaguzoeva of Uzbekistan.
Nice lift.
Man.
And
This
she's
is
tough.
a
So
curious.
tough, so strong.
If you see the recovery here, take a look. Good lift. And I appreciate, I think, the referees here who are holding to their guns. They're calling it without worrying about the jury over their shoulder. And it may not be conventional,
But it gets
but it gets the job done.
She's just tough. Good for her.
And that will close out a 3-for-3 series and a 224 kilo total. 222 kilo total for Odaguzoeva. All right, and we are back now with this 127 for the third attempt of Alejandra Garza.
I don't think she's going to have any trouble with this clean.
No.
Clean, vamos. Dale, venga. Ahí arriba.
Oh, goodness.
That's a
Spoke too
surprise.
soon. It is. I was really expecting her to make that clean and make the correction overhead, but no lift on her third and final attempt.
That will close out her day with a 223 kilo total.
And I think the coach made the exact right observation. The elbows dropped. If she drove her elbows up, she would have been able to stand up without a bar slide.
A little bit of momentum.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have Orimi Fuentes Zavala for her first attempt, 128 kilos. Zavala has opened as big as 130, but earlier this year at the Universiadi, she made 127 on an opening attempt.
Beautiful.
It's a great lift.
Good start.
She adjusts wider for the jerk. Very, very nicely. She's got a really, really nice rack position with the barbell on her chest. It doesn't bother her at all to remove her hands from the barbell and just slide them right on out.
You see that a lot from the Colombians. And, she's got a really nice rhythm to her lift overall.
Yeah, I'd agree. And now what we're seeing is 128 kilos, looks like is being introduced for Macy de Homes. She was the silver medalist in the snatch, 3 for 3. Closed it out with a 108 kilo effort. And now she's opening here with 128 kilos in the clean and jerk. Her best is 135.
Wow.
Great attempt.
And I think she's going to be a star in this weight class in the coming years.
Well, she's already an Olympian. She's already a top 8 finishing Olympian. She did 135 in Rio, and the cadence of that lift and the approach, you're right.
I also like to see lifters who look like they're just having a good time. You know what I mean? She looks like she's having a good time.
Well, then let's just go to South America.
When it's easy like that, it's easy to have a good time.
That's true. She had a great day in the snatch.
All right, so we are seeing Yao Qiling for the first time.
Very good.
Good lift. It didn't affect the lift at all, but did you notice on the jerk her grip?
So off.
Yeah. And it's interesting in that it didn't seem to affect the lift at all. But take a look at this. You can sort of tell her left hand is out a little bit wider. Again, still a good lift, no doubt about it.
And it could be an asymmetry she actually trains with because she does it often, and her body is simply compensated for that.
You never know.
She will have more kilos on the left side if the left hand's wider, but doesn't seem to bother her at all.
Okay, so here is Crystal and Garland of Canada, second attempt. 5 kilo jump.
Let's go. Pas le temps de monter d'abord. Straight dip.
Just pushing it right out forward.
I see Sean nodding his head yes.
Yes, yes.
She's got to finish that drive and go vertical with that barbell. Get your chin out of the way, get your face out of the way, open up the chest and send the barbell up, not out.
Good
whip.
Good whip on the bar.
Yeah, the dip was nice.
Yeah. I wonder if I haven't seen her feet, but I don't know if her footwork is off a little bit sometimes. If that front foot hits first, it pushes you out from the bar, or is she pushing it with her arms in front? It's tough to tell from the angle we had.
All right, so here is Eve Beauchemin Nadeau, the victim of a jury overturn with 126 kilos on her second attempt. She's moved up to 128. If she makes this, she will finish the day with a 227 kilo total.
Really got to push hard and lock this out.
Punch.
Like that.
There you go. That
Oh, that was great.
She wasn't going to let that happen twice.
That was a great lift.
Good jerkers make me happy. On the JP, it just makes me happy.
All right, so a 227 kilo day. And you especially like to see it after a grind out of a clean like that.
Right.
And just such a good movement.
Nice even spread, front and back foot.
So here is Crystal and Garland, her countrymate and teammate, with that same 128 kilos, third attempt.
Just gotta get the bar back. All right.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's better. She manages to get it back.
Just enough.
Yeah.
And with that, she will finish the day with 227 kilos, which actually moves her behind Beauchemin. They do.
And I think this is a big PR for her, too.
Yeah, she seems pretty happy with that.
It looks like it, yeah. 225. Yeah, 225 on a 6-for-6 day at the Canada Championship. So let's improve upon that on the world stage. That speaks to you as well, Cheryl.
It does. If I was lifting lifts in the gym, I knew I was good for 5, 10 plus more kilos in the competition situation.
So a very big moment here for Jenny Arthur, and I'll tell you why. The bronze medalist, Johnston Anchetek, is out of the competition. She has declined her clean and jerks, so she has withdrawn. That's a big deal. Jenny Arthur, 130 opener. This will give her a 234 kilo total.
Decent. She's gonna crush it.
She's had some issues in the jerk in the past, so let's
Strong.
see if she can overcome them.
Hop up. Up. Let's go. Heels and legs. Oh, yeah! Yeah!
Nice job. Nicely done. Want to see that kind of opener, especially for what these big clean and jerks are going to mean in a couple minutes.
Keep it rolling.
Good lift for Jenny Arthur here.
This is the first attempt. Lidia Valentine, Spain.
You see the hands up in the background. All right, so now here is Lidia Valentin at 130. And with a 10-kilo lead coming from the snatch competition, you have to think that this will be a workman-like opener. Just get it done and sit back in case anybody has something in them unexpected. This will give her a 248-kilo total. Probably an early entrance. Out a little sooner than I expected. Well, that could be a first attempt, but the lift that ultimately wins her her first ever World Championships.
Yeah, very conservative move, but she's trying to lock into that total because you can get a medal in the snatch, a medal in the clean and jerk, but that total medal makes you the world champion.
France, this is her first attempt.
Is that a little bit wider of a grip than I think we've seen before in the past? Not sure.
Not sure.
All right, so now 131 is the weight for Gaël Nayo Kachanke of France.
Wow.
Good lift at 131 kilos, and there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, she gets a little bit of air time in that clean.
She does. She gets a lot of lift from the floor, a little bit of a donkey kick, as you call it. And I don't know about you guys, but I get a bit nervous when I see athletes standing for a long time with the bar on the chest.
But there are some people who
fast.
just do it. It's amazing how there are some people who could just do it, but yeah.
I want that thing off me as fast as possible.
All right, so here's Eve Fuentes Zavala. This is her second attempt, 131 kilos.
She's got it.
Good lift. 2 for 2 for Zavala. And with that, the cadence of that is.
This is her second attempt in the clean and jerk.
She's got a really, really tight second pull in the clean. You can see there's no inches wasted as the barbell comes up and just lands right on her chest. No crashing, very fast.
And with that, she has a 236 kilo total, 1 attempt left. This currently has her sitting in third. You got to think a few made attempts here will move her out of the medal picture. 131 here for.
I think 133 is going to be the number for Jenny.
Well, let's see that in a bit. Right now, everybody is close to it. Nobody has elected more than 132. We have Yao Che-Ling on the bar, and she may have a little too much ground to make up.
Yeah.
This will move her into 6th if she's successful
Only
in the
100,
total.
only 100 in the snatch, so she's got some distance.
No.
It's not enough.
She's got another attempt, and she will have some time.
The way that looked, though,
Well, actually, she won't. Here's Arthur. This is an automatic increase. This will change.
Right,
and then Lydia's on an automatic increase. That'll change. They're going to put her right back out. But before, this time it's not 1 but 2 lifters. And by the time these changes come in, it's probably a net 0 effect. She'll have the same amount of time. But the changes have to happen.
Right.
So this isn't so much of a strategy. Oh, there they are. They're in already. 1 minute clock is running.
Now, she didn't expend a ton of energy, well, from the floor and everything she did, but she wasn't fighting through, standing up with the barbell, so she may be okay to come right back out here and do this.
I agree.
She's a lifter who's done 136. So I'm not sure if that one got away from her or what, but we shall find out if she can turn it around here quickly. 131 on the bar, 3rd attempt. Yao Che-Ling, Chinese Taipei.
She's got to get aggressive with this.
If successful, this will give her a 231 kilo total. Move her into 6th.
That's better.
Oh, man.
No drive, just kind of a stand up and drop.
Right, sitting down in the full squat with the bar on the chest, and that pause and then having to stand up, that really takes it out of you right there.
All right, so no lift for Yao Che-Ling.
She got real deep into that split, and it probably felt as if she was squatting again and just didn't have the leg strength to maintain that position.
And now we have Nacy DeHomes out for her second attempt at 132. Now, she was the silver medalist in the snatch, but seeing her give away or use another attempt here, it will put her at a 240 total, but it'll give some options to the field.
Mm-hmm. She might be just lying in wait, though, on that last attempt. Wow.
Uh-oh. This is going to be a punch-a-button lift. It could be either way. All three are good, and let's see if this holds.
And what she does there, I think, in the dip and the drive was fine. She kind of just goes down and loses her integrity. She's got to keep the chest up. She's got to maintain that nice posture and drop right under the bar. And she doesn't really quite do that. A little forward there, see that?
Jury's talking a little bit, but...
You know, and for the purposes of consistency, and if you have to say it, and I think you do, if they're going to let this pass, then I think Lidia Beauchemin got robbed on 126.
I have no comment, JP.
I'll take that as your agreement.
Plenty of time, girl. You look great.
All right, so now here's Jenny Arthur, 3 kilo jump, 133 kilo total. If successful, that will move her into third place with a 237 total and an attempt to go.
Oh, second place.
Third in the total, first in the clean and jerk, if successful.
Strong. Hop up. Get up. Legs, heels. Hold.
Oh, squeeze. That girl.
Oh.
Hang on.
That will work. Good lift.
That will hang on, but I think the correction she's going to have to make in the jerk for the next big attempt is to keep the chest up. When she dips and drives, you see the barbell slide a little bit. Very nice clean, though. The barbell's going to slide just a touch, and it doesn't take much. And I left it out forward, but she's able to hang on tight because she's strong.
She is strong.
We got a little bit of conferring from the jury.
So they're talking to the referees about Jenny Arthur's attempt here, and struggle not to be critical on this, especially after the attempt that just passed before it. And, you know, there's a lot of jury involvement in this session.
I mean, there's a lot of shoulder movement. I mean, does the elbow stay straight, perfectly straight?
They're wobbling, they move a little bit.
But is that an attempt that you take away from an athlete when...
I don't think it's fair to Arthur if they take this away and not the prior attempt, but it's too late on the prior attempt that's done.
Right, it's too late.
This is just not that big a deal. No lift. That is costly.
Sure is.
So the jury has overturned it for a press out. That is a costly decision.
Well, I like to see her earbuds in. Jenny, right now, she's just got to literally not even let it bother her. And I like the zone that she's in now, and that's exactly what her coach is telling her. Just forget about it. We'll handle what's on the bar. You just make the next lift.
And that she doesn't have to make a decision just yet, because what this is going to do is the Homes is going to get called. She'll move up. I got to be inclined to think that Jenny will not take 233 or 133. So we see Mike Catone going to the table now, and 134 is what they'll write in. And that,
Number 4.
yeah, and that is what they've done. So they've declared 134 here, and they can change that 2 more times if they want. And I think for Arthur, who is in play for a medal here, I think you move on as if that lift was good.
Yes.
I agree.
This is
It's the World Championships. You have to.
and it's also a third attempt, and that lift wouldn't have won you a medal anyway, so you just move past it.
Absolutely.
The effort was there.
Psychologically,
Yeah.
yeah, you need to add a kilo to the bar, but she wants to feel like it's a new lift.
What I think is, though, Cheryl, is that I think it's going to be more than 34.
Nice job.
Wow.
And that is a good lift, I think, and it will be. And there's a lot of movement where there seems like a lot of time, like you mentioned, Cheryl, but she's very disciplined and consistent about it, how she goes about it.
It's very methodical.
So one hand, you know, it happens the same way every attempt. And that was good.
Right, and it is important for the lifter to maintain those routines.
Which, by the way, now moves her into third overall with a 237 kilo total. And first in the clean and jerk with Fuentes on the bar. Taking the same 134, it will not move her ahead of Kachenke in the clean and jerk, but it will move her ahead in total.
Oh.
No lift. That means 236 will close out Fuentes Zavala's day. And if Pereira takes it, she's going to give... No, here's the change. So Jenny Arthur is currently 6 kilos behind Dahomes, which means she has to out clean and jerk her by 7 kilos to win. So I don't know that they're going to be that aggressive, and what they're going to do is probably make a play for the bronze, which 134 situates them to do, and that's exactly what's happening. So Jenny Arthur, 134 kilos, third attempt, a huge spot in this meet. If Jenny Arthur puts this away, she's one missed attempt, or excuse me, yeah, one missed attempt away from possibly holding on for third.
Time to dig deep. This is her last lift.
She's got to figure out that jerk right now.
Strong. Hop, hop. Legs, legs. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
All right, so no lift there. She'll be credited with her opening attempt of 130 kilos. 3 for 6 on the day, 234 kilo total. And now Lidia Valentin.
And that jerk is a very elusive thing. You'll know this amongst jerkers. You're either nailing it, or some people are having a lot of trouble with it. It's very, very technical movement. And oftentimes does not come down to strength at all.
No, it's put it in the right spot.
All right, so now Lidia Valentin, second attempt, 135 kilos. This will move her to 253 kilo total and likely out of reach, if she's not out of reach already. Good lift for Lidia Valentin.
Locked it right down. That's a great, great attempt. So strong.
Bars ready. Dahomes, 135 kilos.
So what's a pleasure to see right now is that we've got Dahomes locked into a medal, Valentin locked into a medal, Kachenke locked into a medal, all on third attempts. between the three of them, they are just one missed attempt so far. So here is Nacy de Holmes, 135 kilos. This will strengthen her position in second overall and move her into second in the clean and jerk. So now, with that, she will finish the day with a 240 kilo total.
What's her best clean and jerk in total?
I'll tell you in a second, but I wanted to check on something, and that was what Kachanke needs to move ahead of de Holmes, and that is 135. And 138, excuse me, and Kachanke has made that move. And your question, Sean, is what was de Holmes' best ever?
Yes, total and clean and jerk.
35 and 242.
Okay.
She's done 242 twice. All right, now 138 kilos will move Gael Kachanke to second place in the total. Will lock out a silver medal, and it will guarantee her at least a silver medal in the clean and jerk.
It's a big lift right here.
So this is to color up.
Oh,
no.
Oh, that's where that air time gets you.
Right, right. At some point, you can't pull the barbell higher, and it's going to beat you back down to the floor.
Exactly.
So that means Lidia Valentin is guaranteed triple gold in this competition. She does not have to take a third attempt, but it looks like she's gonna.
Why not?
Why not? Although, my favorite thing to do was to pass on a third attempt.
Yeah.
Jerk. I tell you that right now. And unless it personally meant something, I was like, nah, coach, I'm good.
I hate to tell you, but there's not that many people that can relate to that.
No, I know. Well, we all could pass, but, you know, from 8th to 10th place.
Yeah, you could pass all your thirds if you want.
All right, so we are down to our final lift of the day, the final lift of this session, and it belongs to Lidia Valentin, 140 kilos. If successful, she will close out a perfect 6-for-6 performance en route to her first ever World Championship title.
World champion.
All right. Add that to an already full resume.
Not much else you can say.
No.
That's a great performance there.
Congratulations, Lidia Valentin. You are the 2017 World Champion.
Give a shout out to my friend Kara Head Slaughter, who's watching, a wonderful 75-kilo lifter in her own right and a 2000 Olympian.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. This was her weight class for many years. So we're taking another look at our winners here. De Holmes,
was terrific. Silver medal in the total, 5 for 6 on the day, 240 kilos, and still a junior, still another year of eligibility as a junior. And it's almost unbelievable to think about. And Gael, Neo Kechanke.
She's got to be happy.
Yeah.
She just, look at her. I love it. I love it. There is no better feeling, gentlemen, than to be finished with the competition, especially when it's gone well.
Well, she is not finished yet. She's going to have to come up on this stage and accept her medals. And Lidia Valentin, not a shock.
Not a shock.
But still an absolute joy to watch.
And I think it did come down to those we see on the scoreboard, those lifters who are able to make the lifts. We got some 6 for 6 performances.
Yes.
We got some 5 for 6 performances. Those lifters who made the lifts are on the top of the podium.
Yeah, your winner was 6 for 6. Your silver medalist was 5 for 6, and your bronze medalist was 4 for 6. And this got, you know, interesting here in the clean and jerk, and not a whole lot of separation from this field. And there was some drama. There were some huge moments and some very important lifts. You hate it when the referees become part of the discussion, or at least when the jury and referees become part of the discussion, but in this case they did. I don't think it affected the outcome per se, and we're taking a look at our overall combined total in this class, and you know, this was Lidia Valentin